Welcome to episode number 31 of this Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. And today I'm obviously playing my Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise. Yes, it is an MLB The Show 20 because you cannot port any franchises from MLB The Show 20 to any later versions of the game. So I have to continue the series in MLB The Show 20, which I have no problem doing. We're in the playoffs, as it says in the title, and like it says on the screen right there, but that's the playoff bracket, it says right there. As you didn't see, I believe you didn't see it, it says MIN right there, 2 to CLE 0, which means we're up 2 games and then over Cleveland, and the NLDS, or excuse me, the ALDS, or really the division series, the 2 ALDSs and then the 2 NLDSs, all four of those series are best of 5 series, so it's best 3 out of 5. First team of 3 wins the series, and we are 1 win away, the Twins are, from sweeping the Indians and moving on to play the Boston Red Sox or the Oakland A's in the ALCS. Right now it's 2-0 Boston over Oakland, so right now it could be Minnesota and Boston in the American League Championship Series, which the ALCS, NLCS, and the World Series are all best of 7 series, while the ALDS and NLDS are best of 5 series. But you can see it right there, game 1, right here. We won 2-0. That was last episode of the series. We hit the Indians and won the game 2-0. That was last episode of the series, which will be in the sky in the top right corner right up here. There should be an icon that pops up at the beginning of the video. And then game 2 was off camera. I quick managed it, but we won the game 10-6. But if you looked into the View Bot Store, at one point we're down. I don't think it's at the top up here, obviously. I'm not sure if you can see it because of the light in this room, but at one point we were down 5-1. 5-1, then it was 5-3, then it was 6-3, and then we scored 6 runs in the 7th and made it 9-6, and then we scored 1 in the 8th and made it 10-6, and then we won the game 10-6. My goodness. So we won game 1, 2-0, and then we won game 2, 10-6. And now game 3 is in Cleveland. It is a late game, or not late game, but it is a night game, excuse me. It's in Cleveland here on Monday, October 4th. Game 3 is here on Monday, October 4th, 2021. It says that Carlos Carrasco did pitch in game 1, and it says he's pitching again. So right now it's a starting pitching matchup. Right now it's a starting pitching matchup for game 3 is Fernando Ramiro for the Twins, and then Carlos Carrasco for the Indians. Because it's MLB The Show 20, it's still the Cleveland Indians, by the way. But yeah, I'm gonna show you the stats for the postseason so far through 2 games. Luke, 375 average, 1 home run, 1 RBI. Matthew, 333 average. Jet Thornton, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 375 average. Star Forcer, 286 average, 2 RBIs. Beirut Jr., 400 average, 1 RBI. Mr. Casey, 2 RBIs and 286 average. Vinny J, 1 RBI, 167 average. Audie Pullman, 286 average, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Snake Biter is the only player actually in the starting lineup, or at least in this lineup, that doesn't have a hit, 0 for 7. And then the bench, Tony, Dad, and Dash C, they haven't played at all. But out of my starters, I believe in the first 2 games they were the right-handed pitcher. That's why. So for the first 2 games, it's been this lineup right here: Luke, Matthew, Jet Thornton, Star Forcer, Babe Ruth Jr., Mr. Casey, Vinny J, Audie Pullman, and Snake Biter. Out of those 9, Snake Biter is the only one without a hit. But yeah, we won the AL Central and had the best record in the AL. So that's why we played the winner of the wild card game. Indians beat the Yankees in the wild card game. The Nationals beat the Rockies in the NL wild card game, and then it's 2-0 Boston over Oakland, 2-0 Minnesota over Cleveland, 2-0 Chicago Cubs, obviously, over the New York Mets, and then 2-0 Nationals, who won the NL wild card game against Colorado. Washington's up 2-0 on the LA Dodgers. So they won games 1 and so the Nationals won the NL wild card game in Denver, and then they won games 1 and 2 of the NLDS in LA. So 3 road games so far in the postseason for the Washington Nationals. They won all 3. But yeah, for us, we won the first 2 games at home. Now game 3 is in Cleveland. So yeah, let's get into it. Both controllers per usual. So it's like And the day off we have between games 2 and 3, there's, I believe, game 3 between LA and Washington, and then game 3 between Chicago and New York. Cubs leading for the sweep, right? Yeah, Cubs leading for the sweep. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, Cubs leading for the sweep, and the Nationals are also leading for the sweep. And then here, well, there's 4 games here today on October 4th. For some reason, we're the last status because it's 4:05 Eastern, 7:05 Eastern, 7:05 Eastern, and 7:05 Eastern, so that's why. But yeah, let's get into it. Play full game, obviously, even though it's the playoffs. I'm still going to be using both controllers. The Twins will be the red controller, and the Indians will be the blue controller. Alternate home uniforms for the Indians, and then road uniforms for the Twins. Progressive Field, home of the Cleveland Indians. Obviously, holds 35,051. Opened in 1994, right? No, yeah, opened in 1994. Presentation mode broadcast theme style, the show theme, quick counts on, cloud cover will be clear skies. So, yeah, well, it says it's supposed to be Carrasco, but if you look, Carrasco is not full energy, but Corey Kluber is, and technically Kluber's a 95, while Kluber's a 95, and Carrasco's a 94. Remember, this is still MLB The Show 20, so that's why Kluber's still on the Indians. But yeah, I'm gonna pitch, it'll be Fernando Romero, Fernando Romero versus Corey Kluber, so righty versus righty, 95 versus 85, so this should be a good game, though. Corey Kluber, I believe, he must have pitched in the AL wildcard game, because it says down there he has a 1-0 record. And then, obviously, Romero hasn't pitched at all. Both teams have full energy because of the day off. It's a righty versus righty, so it'll be I'm gonna keep the lineup as it is. Yes, I know there's an Indians. The Indians do have Tony. It's the same Tony because when I created all these creative players, I put them in the free agent pool along with on the Twins. So I put all my creative players in the Twins, and for me to do that, I also have to put them in the free agent pool. So like the Indians or any other team to pick up another Tony. Yes, they do have Tony, but if you look, we still have Tony. Like if another team picks up Tony, in this case the Indians did, we still have our Tony. It's the same Tony. It's just obviously he's on the Indians and he has different stats and all that good stuff. But yeah, so remember this team has DJ LeMahieu still, Lindor, Tony, Ramirez, Jose Ramirez, Tyler Naquin, Kevin Kiermaier, Jordan Luplow, Jake Bowers, and Kevin Puecki. Yeah, let's get into it on the play-by-play for this game, and Matt Vasgersian is not turned down at all. Twins leader for the sweep here in the ALDS. Game 3 in Cleveland. Twins leader, like I said, or game 3 in Cleveland. Game 3 in Cleveland, and the Twins are leading for the sweep, like I said. Let's get into it right now. So the Indians are on a hot streak, the end of the regular season, and they obviously won the AL wildcard game, let's say 5-2, but then obviously they lost 2-0 in Game 1, and then 10-6 in Game 2. 2-0 in Game 1, and then 10-6 in Game 2. We are here at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio for Game 3 of the 2021 ALDS. And the 2021 ALDS features the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Indians. Hi then, everybody. Vinny J in Studio 42, aka the Man Cave. Welcome to the special posting coverage of baseball here on the show. As you can see, there's the umpires plus the outfield seats here at Progressive Field. This is a series recap. Twins won games 1 and 2 in Minnesota, 2-0 and then 10-6, and the Twins are 1-1 away from moving on to the ALCS to play the Red Sox or the A's. It's Fernando Romero versus Corey Kluber here in Game 3 here at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. It's Game 3 of the 2021 ALDS, and it comes your way next here on the show. There we go. Game 3, 2021 ALDS. Corey Kluber is on the mound for Game 3 of the ALDS. One star here in the postseason. That was in the AL wildcard game where the Indians beat the Yankees 5-2. He pitched 7 innings, 2.57 ERA, got the win in the AL wildcard game, 5 hits, 1.14 whip, 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. Like I said, he pitched 7 innings in the AL wildcard game and got the win. It's Game 3 of the 2021 ALDS. Lute will lead it off from Minnesota. Here in Game 3, wrong controller, excuse me. Center, cutter, curveball, a four-seam fastball, and a changeup for Kluber as we're on your way here in Game 3. 1-1 to Lute. Foul ball on the cutter at 87, 1-2 to Lute, who has been 375 through 2 games here in the postseason, and he has, I think, like 95 speed or more. 1-2. Little tapper has 90 speed. Fielded by Kluber. Throw on the run. Got him. Good play by Kluber. He had to get rid of it quick to get the speedy Lute. And he does do that. And he does get Lute 1 down. And here's the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins. Lute, Matthew, Jack Thornton, Star Forcer, Babe Ruth Jr. the DH, Mr. Casey, Vinny J, Andy Pullman, and Snake Biter. This is the same lineup as that lineup as the Twins had in Games 1 and 2. Here's Matthew batting .333 here in the playoffs. There are 2 games, 1-1. Fly ball, right center field. Back is Luplo, I believe that is Luplo. But either way, the right fielder's got it for Cleveland. 2 down, and that is Luplo as he makes a catch in the right center field gap. 2 down for Jack Thornton. Batting .375, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. He had a home run in Game 2. I'm not sure if it was a solo shot or a 2-run shot. Or not. I'm not sure if it was a solo shot or a 2-run shot. That's a little jam shot. That's LeMahieu. Throw to Bowers, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 to the Twins. Indians coming the bat. No score in Game 3. Fernando Romero gets a start for Minnesota here in Game 3 as the Twins are trying to sweep the Indians here tonight. 32 starts in the regular season, 12-7 record. Did have a 5.26 ERA and a 1.61 WHIP. So a high ERA and a high WHIP. 5 ERA and over a 1.6 WHIP. But it's a start here in Game 3. 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam fastball, a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and a changeup for Romero. He didn't miss anything. Romero in real life, I believe, is playing in a different country, I believe. Here we have a full count to LeMahieu batting at .429. That's a line drive, but right to Matthew. 1 down, as that was laced. But Matthew had to move about 2 feet to get that one. 1 down. And here's the starting lineup for the Cleveland Indians as they try to force a Game 4. DJ LeMahieu, Francisco Lindor, the DH, Tony, Jose Ramirez, Tyler Naquin, Kevin Kiermaier, Jordan Luplo, Jake Bowers, and Kevin Puecki. Here's Lindor been at .083 in the playoffs for 3 games. So obviously they were in the AL wildcard game. 2-1. Line drive. That's the Star Forcer. That was hit hard as well, harder than the LeMahieu hit. But either way, it's caught by Star Forcer. 2 down. And here's the postseason bracket. As you can see, the Cubs beat the Mets 3-1, and then the Nationals upset the Dodgers 3-1. So it's the Cubs and Nationals in the NLCS, and then it's 2-1 Boston over Oakland. So it looks like the A's won Game 3, and I believe it was in Oakland because Boston was the team on the bottom, which means they have home field advantage. So Game 3 was in Oakland, and Oakland won Game 3 to force a Game 4. But then obviously Chicago beat New York 3-1, and then Washington beat LA at 3-1. So it will be the Cubs and the Dodgers in the NLCS, and then obviously it's still up in the air for the 2 teams who will be in the ALCS. But we know the 2 teams who will be in the NLCS. 2-1. Ground ball. Vinny J will field it and step on the base himself, in and over. Both teams did a 1-2-3 inning, or both pitchers did a 1-2-3 inning in their first inning of work. We had the second. No score in Game 3. But like I said, we know the 2 teams in the NLCS, but we don't know either of the teams in the ALCS. It looks like it's only Boston and Minnesota, but you never know. Because it was 2-0 in Boston, but now it's 2-1. Looks like it's only Boston and Minnesota, but you never know. But we don't know either of the teams in the ALCS, but we know both of the teams in the NLCS. It's the Cubs and the Nationals the Cubs and the Nationals in the NLCS, and then obviously the two teams in the ALCS are still TBD, to be determined. 1-1 to Star Forcer. That's a ground ball, fielded by Tony. He's got to hurry, and Star Forcer is thrown out by a step, as he has like 95 speed, one down. And here's the Indians defense. Kevin Tiermeyer, Tyler Naquin, and Jordan Luplow in the outfield. Jade Bowers, DJ LeMahieu, Tony, Jose Ramirez in the infield, and Kevin Puetti behind the plate. And obviously Torrey Kluber on the mound, and obviously Lindor is the DH. Here's Babe Ruth Jr. batting .400 here in the playoffs. Popped up, foul territory by the ALDS Lodo. Ramirez is there in the coach's box, 2 down. There's Mr. Casey batting .286 here in the playoffs. Same lineup for the Twins here in games 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Casey the catcher batting .286. 1-1. Ground ball, it's Tony, will backhand it. Throw to first is in time to get the 76 speed, Mr. Casey. Another 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Kluber, middle of 2, no score here in Cleveland. And we know bottom 2, we haven't had a hit or a base runner so far in this game. Here's the all-star third baseman Jose Ramirez, batting at 154 here in the playoffs. 2-1. Ground ball where no one was, fielded by Audie Pullman. But throw to first is way too late. Infield single for Ramirez. First hit of the game for either team. And here's Naquin. 1-1. Ground ball, this should be 2. Audie Pullman, Luke, Vinny J, double play. Pullman, Luke, J, or Vinny J, and it's a 5-4-3 double play, 2 down. Now it's Kevin Tiermeyer, who had a home run, I believe a solo shot in game 2, and he's batting .333. 1-2. Ground or line drive, just foul. That went over the base, but landed just foul of the left field line, left field foul line. 1-2. Ground ball off the end of the bat. He's got to hurry. It's a little bit of a rainbow throw by Jack Thornton, but still not Kiermaier by a step. One hit, but it was erased on a double play or one hit for Cleveland, but it was erased on a double play. That is the third. No score in game 3. Here we go. Top 3, no score. Twins haven't had a hit or a base runner. Here's Vinny J. batting 167. Ground ball was hit hard. LeMahieu from the center base position will throw out Vinny J. 1 down. And now it's Audie Pullman, then it's Nate Biter, then the top of the order if we get that far. Audie Pullman batting .286. Ground ball, Bowers, 2 down. 8 up, 8 down for Kluber, and now it's Nate Biter, who hasn't had a hit so far in the postseason yet. 0 for 7. .3-1, and that is in there, full count. Top of the order follow. Corey Kluber can believe it's not butter. Go Tribe. Okay? I like the signs in this game. Here we go. Full count. Ground ball past Bowers and past LeMahieu. That's the first hit of the game for first hit of the game for Minnesota, and first hit of the postseason for Snake Biter. 1 on, 2 out now for Luke. The top of the order comes back up. 1-1. Hot or fly ball on the line, but that will tail foul. That was about 10 rows deep. 1-2. Ground ball. LeMahieu will throw out Luke in and over. 1 hit and 1 left for Minnesota. Middle of 3. No score here in Cleveland. Here we go. Pitchers do so far through 2.5. Here's Luplow. Line drive, and that's caught by Vinny J as he moved to his right, set down his glove, and went right into his glove. The ball did. 2 down. Or excuse me, 1 down. 1 down. Here's Bowers. 1 hit for Cleveland, but it's a race on double play, so Ramiro has faced a minimum. They're 2 1/3. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him at 94. The 2-seamer at 94. 1-2. Sorry about that. That was my dogs. 1-2. Line drive. Shit was on, though. That's Thornton behind center base. We'll throw to Vinny J. 2 down. That's number 9 batter, Puetti. 273 average, no home runs, 1 RBI here in the playoffs. 30th pitch down for Romero. Line drive, that ball is fair! And stopping at first is Puetti, who only has 28 speed. 2 outs in for Puetti, brings out LeMahieu. I believe Puetti had the only hit in Game 1 for Cleveland, which is the last episode of the series that I posted like 3 weeks ago. He had the only hit for Cleveland in Game 1. And here's LeMahieu lying down in the first. 1-1. Fly ball on the line. Long run for Matthew. And he does get there. And then somersaults into the sidewall as Matthew hangs on to the baseball. A great play to possibly save a run. If that got by him with 2 outs, especially with Puetti going on the crack of the bat, he could have scored. But Matthew made a catch on the foul line and then somersaulted into the sidewall. 4th inning. End of 3, 1-0. Or end of 3, no score. Top 4. My goodness, that was a good play on Matthew. And he's upright now. Caught the ball on the foul line and then somersaulted into the sidewall. 0 for 1 in the game. 2-1 pitch. Foul ball, 2-2 to Matthew. So, I mean, especially with 2 outs with Puetti off on the crack of the bat, that could have saved the run. They got by him, Puetti might have scored. But it's a moot point as Matthew made the catch. 2-2. Ground ball. LeMahieu, he's got to hurry. He fields it, but he throws the send it way too late. Infield single for Matthew. Despite only having 64 speed, still beats it out. Now it's Star Forcer, or Jack Thornton, excuse me. 3-1. And that is in there. Full count. You might maybe see the runner in motion, maybe. Full count. Nobody out, though. Runner is in motion. It's a hit and run. It's right at the right fielder, and they're going to double up Matthew. As it's going to be a 9-3 double play. A 9-3 line drive double play. 2 downs. That was scalded on a hit and run. 9-3 line drive double play. 2 down now for Star Forcer. 1-1. Popped up. Left side by the foul line. Puetti's out of his crotch, or out of his crouch, to make the catch in and over. Into a 4, no score still in Game 3. Bottom 4, no score. Here's Lindor, the DH for Cleveland. Vinny Jaron, Studio 42, 18 man cave. You're watching Posting in Baseball, or you're watching the ALDS here on the show. Fly ball foul. You're watching the American League Division Series here on the show. Glad you're watching this game here tonight. Line drive and caught by Jack Thornton as he had to jump about maybe a foot or 2 up in the air. It wasn't really a line. It was a little like, it wasn't like a hard line drive, but it was kind of like a soft line drive, falling fast, not that fast in general, but still caught by Jack Thornton. 1 down for Tony. Line drive, Matthew now will make the catch, 2 down, as both these pitchers are starting to settle in, 2 down. Now Ramirez, who's one of the 2 hits for Cleveland. Ground ball, it's punched between Arnie Pullman and Jack Thornton. 2 hits for Cleveland, or for Ramirez, and he has 2/3 of their hits. And now it's Bowers. Fly ball, but foul. For one of the, I believe, a double play earlier. Next one is fly ball, left field. Star Forcer's there. We enter the 5th. No score in Game 3. We're back here in Cleveland. Let's go on the field. Let's go out on the field. Let's go out on the field to check in with Heidi Watney. Dave Roberts is their manager. Dave Roberts is their manager. Oh, excuse me, it's not Dave. Dave Roberts is not our manager. I'm thinking of another series. Our manager is the black dude with the goatee. Our manager right there. You saw him. I know that you saw 2 guys, but it was the black dude with the goatee, which is a beard around your mouth. Dave Roberts is the Twins manager in my Minnesota Twins March to October continued in franchise series in MLB The Show 20. He's a manager in that series, but this is my Minnesota Twins custom franchise series and not my Minnesota Twins March to October continued in franchise series. I got those two series is mixed up. I got those two series is mixed up, so sorry about that. But our manager is not Dave Roberts. I believe it's some auto-generated manager. Here we go, 2-1 to Babe Ruth Jr., the Minnesota DH. Fly ball on the line, long run for the left fielder, and he'll get there. As he makes the catch on the foul line, basically, to catch by, I believe that's Kiermaier, 1 down. And now it's Mr. Casey, the Twins catcher. 44th pitch to from Kluber. 0-for-1 is Mr. Casey. Ground ball, backhanded by the Indians' Tony, 2 down. We're approaching the halfway point of the game. Still no score. We don't have any hits either. Here's Vinny J. 3 hits for the Indians, 2 for the Twins. 2-1. Hit hard, but foul. My word. Watch your heads. 2-2. Ground ball. LeMahieu to Bowers. We're halfway home here in Game 3. No score here in Cleveland. We're back here in Cleveland. Let's go on the field again. Let's go down on the field again and check in with Tanya Watney. Your manager's the dude right behind this tall guy right there. I'm not sure the manager's not Terry Francona. Thank you, Heidi, for that report. 2-1. Pop-up foul. Kiermaier. Sit 7-8 due up for the Indians here in the 8th. Or sit 7-8 due up for the Indians here in the 5th, excuse me. 50th pitch down for Romero. Line drive, but caught on the fly by Andy Pullman at 3rd. 1 down. And here's our top pitch speed comparison. 95 miles per hour for Romero and 93 miles per hour for Kluber. So both of them are at 90s, 93 and 95. 3-2. Fly ball right center. Over is Nate Biter, and he's got it on the run in right center, 2 down. And here's Dave Bowers. 2-2. Ground ball right to the 3rd baseman in the shift. Dentist shift, really. And then over. We have a pitcher's duel here in Game 3. End of 5. No score. Pitcher's duel here in Game 3, like I said. Before the end of the 5th, or right before we went to break, I said it was a pitcher's duel, which it is. Ground ball LeMahieu. And it's still a pitcher's duel. They're 5 1/3. There's Nate Biter, who has one of the 2 hits for the Twins, batting, I believe, in the 3rd inning. He had the 1st hit. Ground ball. Bowers will field it. Spinorama thrown to Kluber will catch it and find first base. 2 down. Good play by Bowers and Kluber. Here's Luke. 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Full count to Luke. Ground ball. Mayhew's got to hurry. And he will get loot by 2 steps. Quick inning for Kluber. Middle of 6. No score. 9-1-2 due up for the Indians here in the bottom of the 6th. Puecki in the top of the order. And LeMahieu and Lindor. Ground ball. Vinny will field it behind the base in fair territory and steps on the base. 1 down. And now it's LeMahieu 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. 1-1. And he was robbed by Matthew. That was a somersault catch he made. That was on LeMahieu's fly ball. 1-2. Line drive and caught by Luke behind center base. To his right, 1 down. Excuse me, 2 down. And now it's Lindor 0 for 2 with a line out. 2-1. Line drive! Field on a short hop by Jack Thornton. Throw to first. Got him. We head to the 7th. Still no score here in Cleveland. Here we go, officially in the bat third of the game. Bat 3 innings. 5 hits in the stand. 3 for Cleveland, 2 for Minnesota. No score. Popped up. Fly ball, rather. Center field. Nathan's Colin catching straight away center field. 1 down. Still no score. No action in either bullpen here in the 7th inning. Both pitchers have only thrown like 70 pitches, give or take. Full count. Fly ball. Hit well. But well shy of the warning track and the wall. 2 down. Quickly in the 7th. Now there hasn't been one strikeout in the stand. These teams have been putting the ball in play. No strikeouts for either side, but they just can't find holes through the infield on ground balls and holes in the outfield on fly balls. Ground ball right to Ramirez. He was in for possibly a bunt. Fires it over. The Bowers in and over. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. No score in game 3. Bottom 7 already. My goodness. 3 hits for Cleveland, 2 for Minnesota. Here's Tony, the Indians Tony 0 for 2. Ground ball. Loot from the outfield. Grass will throw him out. 1 down. Here's Ramirez, who has two-thirds of the Indians' hits. He's 2 for 2. Fly ball, line drive rather, right to Star Forcer. That would have been probably a double if the shift wasn't on, but it was. 2 down. The densest shift. Here's Nathan 0 for 2. Ramirez has 2 hits, and then Puecki has the other hit. Growler, line drive right to Andy Pullman. Another quick inning. We head to the 8th. This thing is flying by like it's nothing. And the 7, no score. Top 8. Here's Babe Ruth Jr. And then the Twins. I think Snake Biter has 1 hit, and then I'm not sure who has the other hit. My goodness. 70th pitch only for Kluber. Starting his 8th inning of work. Line drive. That's the 3rd hit of the game for Minnesota. And in the 8th inning, that is a go-ahead run. In any inning it would be, but especially in the 8th inning with the Twins 1 away from the ALCS, you might see Steele or something. They're starting to warm up Adam Simber and the Indian bullpen, and they're starting to warm up Miss Medin and Twins bullpen. 2-2. No movement at first. Ground ball. This should be 2. 2nd 1. No, it's thrown in the right field. It's thrown in the right field. And the throw is doing the first, and everybody's safe. As that was thrown away by Tony on a possible double play. They didn't nobody. Unbelievable. As he threw it off his back foot in the right field, and then the right fielder could have had the runner out at 2nd. But he threw it to first, and then the first baseman threw it to 2nd, but everybody's safe. Then he sits, and now there's runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out for Vinny J. And they're going to intentionally walk him to bring up Andy Pullman with the bases loaded and nobody out. The double play is in order and the force at any bases in order with nobody out. Unbelievable. So a single, then an E6, then an intentional walk. Now Andy Pullman's out with the bases loaded. Infield's still in though. And Kluber will remain in the game as well. Here we go, 1-1. Fly ball, this should get a run home. That ball is caught. Runner's coming to the plate. Throw to the plate. It is not in time as he got around the tag. As he barely, by the skin of his teeth, got around the tag. As Babe Ruth Jr. gets around the tag, Puecki is a sack fly and an RBI for Andy Pullman. With the runner at 3rd was the only one that tagged up. But it's 1-0 Twins, and they're 6 outs away from the ALCS. But that throw was a little bit. If it wasn't a throw where the catcher had to catch it and then do a swim move and go over to his left quickly to tag the runner, if he had to catch it, I understand this guy's on 1 hop and then tag him right away, you would have had him. But you had to field it on 1 hop and then come over and tag him. And because he had to do that, Babe Ruth Jr. avoided the tag, or got around the tag of Puetti. 2 on 1 out now for Snakebiter. Ground ball foul. 2-2 now. That run is, I believe, unearned to Kluber because of the error, but the Twins are now 6 outs away from the ALCS. And they could get more here in the 8th. Ground ball, this should be 2. Second 1. Back to first, double play. Gutsy throw by Bowers. He could have thrown that into the outfield like Tony did, but he didn't. 3-6-3 double play in and over. But the Twins did one. The Twins did a run, and it was basically the Twins did a run, most likely because of that error. Middle of 8, 1-0 Twins. Here we go. They'll leave Ramiro in. He's been outstanding. 3 hits only. Bottom 8. Snapped his bat. Kiermaier did, and that does land on the warning track, but Mr. Casey didn't even move. They're leaving Ramiro in. He's been hot. 1-2. Little tapper. This could be a swinging bunt and an infield single, and it's actually thrown away. Or not thrown away, but the throw on Ramiro pulled Vinny Joe up the base. He probably would have been safe anyways. And that's the time run at first base.
We're home. We're home.
Hello.
Am I on the video, bacon?
Calm down. Now they're also starting to warm up Corey Knebel and the Twins bullpen. Miss Medin is going to be coming into this game. So that's our manager right there, which I'm not sure who it. Like I said, I think it's auto-generated, but it's not. I don't think that's a real manager. Let's see. Well, calling for the righty. Miss Medin, 1 appearance in the postseason, which I believe was in Game 2. Down a strikeout, pitch an inning, no earned runs. You might see a sacked bunt here. It's a 1-1 pitch. Third baseman's in for a bunt from Luplo, and he is squaring. And it's right at the first baseman, but foul. And now if he fouls it again, it's going to be a strike 3. And he's going to square again. This one's right back to the pitcher. Good bunt. They did it down. Yeah, 1-3 sacrifice bunt. But runner sending 1 out now, and that's a tying run at center base. The batter is Jake Bowers, also starting to warm up. Mom, our closer in the Twin bullpen, who I believe has, well, only 1 save. She did pitch in Game 2 when it was 10-6, but that's not a safe situation. Runner sent it 1 out, 1-0 Dame, time run at second. Swing and a miss on the 4-seamer. She has a 4-seamer, a palm ball, a forkball, and a slurve. She has some nasty pitches. 1-2. That's a ground ball with a slurve. Fielded by Jack Thornton, runner without a band, 2 down. As that was a slurve that he tattooed, but right to the shortstop. And they're saying that run was earned. After 3 hits, 1 walk, which is intentional, and they're saying that 1 run was earned. Here's Puetti, 2-1. Trying to tie it here. And it's a foul ball. Popular follow if he can get on. Hits the outfield, could tie the game here in Game 3. Foul ball. Fans on their feet and waving their rally towels here at Progressive Field. This should be the season for Cleveland. Here we go, 2-2 now. Again. Another foul ball. The battle between Puetti and Miss Medin. Here we go. 2-2. Line or fly ball right center. Snakebiter is there, and the Indians strain the tying run at center base. We're ahead of the 9th. Still 1-0 Minnesota. Here in Game 3. As that fly ball was caught by Snakebiter, and the bottom of the 8th. Top 9 now. Here's Lute, who's 0 for 3. Kluber's still in this game. 1-1. Line drive, base hit for Lute. His first of the game. Throw to first by Luplo's not in time. And that could be the end of the day for Kluber. And that's Matthew, and here comes Adam Simber. 1 appearance here in the postseason so far. He is a submariner. 1-1. Ground ball. This should be 2. Actually, it won't be because the runner at first had so much speed. 4-3 ground up, but the runner gets over to second. Runner send it 1 out. Twins trying to send their lead. Here's Jack Thornton looking for RBI hit here. It made it 2-0. Line drive, right field. That ball is caught. Runner will stay put. 2 down. 2 down now for Star Forcer. Here's Star Forcer. Trying to make it 2-0 with an RBI single, RBI double, RBI something. 3-1. And that is in there full count. On the center. Due up in the 9th for Cleveland is the top of the order. Full count. Fly ball, left field. Simber. And that ball, or it's not Simber, but Kiermaier left, will make the catch. And the inning is over. The Indians have 3 runs to work with in this game and in their season. Top of the order due up for the Indians in the 9th. Down 1-0. Here we go. It's LeMahieu, Lindor, and then Tony. And here comes the Twins closer. Oh, there's Corey Knebel is ready and waiting. But here comes the Twins closer, Mom, to try to shut the door and send us. Here comes Mom, the Twins closer, to try to shut the door and send the Twins to their here comes the Twins. Here comes Mom, the Twins closer, to try to shut the door and send the Twins to their 3rd straight ALCS, because we won the World Series the last 2 years, trying to three-peat, as the Twins are 3 outs away from moving on to the ALCS for the 3rd straight year. 2 pitches in the postseason, 1 for 1 on saves. Got the save in game 1, pitched in the 9th inning in game 2, but that's when it was 10-6, and obviously that was in a safe situation. 1 to tie, 2 to win for Cleveland. Corner infielders are protecting the lines. Here we go. Full count to LeMahieu. Ground ball. Right side, Luke. Vinny J will throw out LeMahieu. It's kind of a weird play because Vinny J was protecting the lines. 1 down as Romero, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. So only threw 78 pitches, and he's in line for the win right now. Twins 2 outs away from their 3rd straight ALCS. Here's Lindor, 0 for 3. Fly ball left field, and that ball is caught by Star Forcer, 2 down. As the Twins can field the ALCS, but it's not over until it's over. Here's Tony, last chance for Cleveland. Last chance for Cleveland here in their 2021 season. Twins 1 out away from their 3rd straight ALCS. 1-1. Ground ball foul. Twins 1 strike away from the ALCS. They peed like an hour ago. Okay, here we go. 1-2 now to Tony. Last chance for Cleveland. 1-2. Ground ball, this should do it! Luke to Vinny J, and the Twins are going to the ALCS for the 3rd straight year! As the Twins have swept the Indians, as the Twins have swept the Indians as they win game 3, 1-0. They scored the 1 run in the 8th inning on a sac fly by Andy Pullman, and that's all the offense the Twins needed. Twins win it 1-0, and they win the series 3-0. As the Twins will be playing the Boston Red Sox or the Oakland A's in the American League Championship Series, which game 1 of the ALCS will be in the next episode, or game 1 of the ALCS will be the next episode, as the Twins are celebrating between the home plate area, or as the Twins are celebrating between the pitching mound and the home plate area here in Cleveland. Fernando Romero, the starting pitcher for the Twins, is the top player of the game. As you can see, there's Dad right there, number 11, Hudson Romero. Dad's our backup catcher. He didn't play in games 1, 2, or 3, along with the Twins Tony, Dash C, and Dad did not play at all in the ALDS, but I'll probably put him in the starting lineup in game 1 of the ALCS against Boston or Oakland. But either way, game 1 will be in Minnesota, regardless of who we play, because the Twins were the best team in the American League. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts, and of course no home runs. What a series! What a game! Twins win the series with 3-0, and they win the game, or the Twins win the game 1-0, and they win the series 3-0. For Vinny J, that play-by-play announcer for this game, this has been the American League Division Series. See you in the American League Championship Series. What a game! This is the ALDS, American League Division Series. I'll see you in the American League Championship Series. Game 1 of the ALCS will be the next episode of this series. Not sure when it's going to be in real life, though, because this is my first gaming video in like a week. This is the first, there was only 8 hits in this game, 4 for each team. There was 2 errors. 2 errors? Why was there 2 errors? Well, I know there was a E6 on Tony. There might have been 2 errors on that one play. But either way, 8 hits between the 2 teams, 4 for each team. 1 run on 4 hits, no errors for the Twins, and then no runs on 4 hits, 2 errors for the Indians. One of those 2 errors was on Tony. I'm not sure who the other error was on. But Ramirez had 2 singles, Kiermaier a single, Puecchia a single. It's all 4 hits for the Twins, or all 4 hits for the Indians. And then Babe Ruth Jr. had a single, Luke had a single, and the Snake Biter had a single, and then someone else had the other hit. Artie Poland had the sac fly. It drove in the only run for the Twins or either team. And that scored Babe Ruth Jr. It was a good slide. They did around the tag of Puecchia. That run was scored in the 8th. It said it was earned, which I don't. Well, it should be unearned because of the error, but it was earned. But either way, regardless if it was unearned or earned, Kluber still got the loss, and the Indians still took the loss. So Fernando Romero got the win. Corey Kluber gets the loss, and Mom gets the save. So Romero is 1-0. Romero is 1-0. Kluber's 1-1, and then Mom gets her 2nd save of the postseason. The Twins will be playing the Boston Red Sox or the Oakland A's in the 2021 ALCS. Game 1, regardless of who we play, will be in Minnesota because the Twins did have the best record. Because the Twins, or Game 1, regardless of who we play, will be in Minnesota because the Twins are the best team. The Game 1 will be in Minnesota regardless of who we play because the Twins had the best record in the American League. But yeah, and you might be thinking this is biased. That, oh, you purposely had the Twins just win 1-0, 1-0, and so 1-0 because obviously you were both teams, and you purposely had the Twins win the game, so you could win the series. That is not true, because if you think about it, if I were to be biased, which I'm not, if I were to be biased, I would probably purposely try to win the game like 10-0 and have 20 hits. We won the game 1-0 and we had 4 hits. That's a little different than 10 runs and 20 hits. And if you go to some of my franchise videos here on this channel, I have a lot of them. I don't win every single game. I do not win every single day I play on camera. Like, I know I won Game 1 on camera of the ALDS, and I won Game 3 of the ALDS in this series on camera. But if you think about it, like, I don't win every single game on camera in my franchise videos. Like, I'm not sure when the last time I actually lost. I can't remember what last time I actually lost. One, I haven't played that much MLB The Show 20, 21, or 22 franchise, but the last episode of my Los Angeles Angels MLB The Show 22 franchise series, which was back in like July, which was like 2 months ago, but still, last episode of that series I lost to the Astros, I believe, 3-2, so I lost that game. So if I was really biased, I would win every game, but right there, last episode of that series in like July, it was the Angels at Astros, and the Astros won that game 3-2. But if you just look at my channel, all my franchise videos from all my series, all my franchise series is MLB The Show 20, and then my Boston Red Sox MLB The Show 21 franchise, and then my Los Angeles Angels MLB The Show 22 franchise. If you do all those series, which is like 7 or 8 series, possibly even 9, I don't win every single game I play on camera. I do not. I know I won Game 1 of the ALDS and Game 3 of the ALDS both on camera, and I swept the Indians, but I do not win every single franchise game I play on camera. In this case, I did win this game, but I don't win every single franchise game I play on camera. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And either way, if I was biased, I would win every single game. I would make sure I win every single game, which I don't. I don't win. Like I said, I don't win every single franchise game on camera. And if I were to be biased, which I'm not, but if I was, I would try to win the game 10-0 and have 20 hits. But in this case, the Twins still won the game, but it wasn't 10-0. It was 1-0. It was 1 run and 4 hits, not 10 runs and 20 hits. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You'll find out what I know. This is my first Damon video on this channel in like a week. It's been just over. I think it's been over a week since my last Damon video, but I've had other things going on like school stuff. I've had other stuff going on that's higher on the priority list than playing the PS4 and filming Damon videos. So that's why I haven't posted a Damon video in like a week, because like I said, I've had other stuff higher on the priority list. I've been doing stuff higher on the priority list than filming Damon videos and playing the PS4. But I will play the PS4 here tonight and film a video as it's Sunday night right now. Sunday, September 25th, 2022, 9:03 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, I'll do the closing and the next clip. See you on the other side. But like I said, I'm gonna be doing the closing in this clip. Like I said, it's 9:03 p.m. Central Time here on Sunday, September 25th, 2022. I'm not sure when this video is gonna go up. It'll probably be going up on Monday or Tuesday. But right now, for me, it's Sunday night. Packers won today against the Buccaneers, 14-12. Thought we were gonna lose that game, but we didn't. And here now with the show 20, the Twins beat the Indians here in Cleveland 1-0. And the Twins will be playing Boston or Oakland in the American League Championship Series. The Twins will be playing Boston or Oakland in the American League Championship Series. And like I said, the ALCS, NLCS, and World Series, all 3 of those series are best-of-7 series. Best 4 out of 7. First team to 4 wins. First team to 4 wins wins the series. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. You'll find out what and when the next video. You'll find out what and when the next video on this channel will be when I post it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, guys, time for it to close on the board. If it's up, so hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm going to see you in episode number 32 of this Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. See you in episode number 32. And eat on a bacon and dough, Twins. And see you in the ALCS.